I know it's been a really long time since I've seen you guys, but we need to talk. Since we last spoke, life has been good overall, and I hope it's been good for you. But there's also been a lot of changes. A lot's been going on. And I had to have this conversation with you. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can probably guess what I'm going to say. But let's just talk about it. So we have to start, I guess, with sort of what happened last year. Last year I got really sick. I was dealing with some lady issues. Let's just say that I'm fine now. There's a treatment plan in place and some things that I just personally have to get under control. I'm sure a lot of you understand that as you get older, your body changes and you have to find ways to get things under control before they get too bad. So that's what I'm doing. I will say this just as like a side note and just like a piece of advice to all you ladies and the 4 gentlemen that watch me, you guys too. But you know your body better than anybody else. So if you don't feel well, or if you notice that something's off and people are telling you you're fine, you go to the doctor and they're saying you're fine, like keep digging, keep asking, get to the bottom of whatever it is, find some answers, find some solutions, because you know, it's important. And if you're not going to advocate for yourself, or, you know, who is at the end of the day? So as I was spending lots of time on my couch last year, I realized that I really wasn't loving what I was doing for work. For those of you that don't know, I was a wardrobe stylist before I started a blog and a YouTube channel, and then I, spent the last 3 years really focused on blogging and YouTubing and being an influencer or whatever for the past 3 years. And I've been doing that full time. So that's what I was doing every day. And I was realizing that, the industry was changing a little bit and I was really uninterested in keeping up. I recently did a interview on a podcast called Switch, Pivot, or Quit. Full disclosure, the host is my cousin, but she's sort of been, she knows me, obviously she's family, but has sort of known like what's been going on with me and this process over the past couple of months. So I sat down and gave like a really in-depth interview with her. If you're interested in hearing more, make sure you check that out, and just all of her podcasts in general. She's just like really great. And she's great interviewing women that are going through like, these changes, like career changes. So I really talked about the industry and just sort of my thoughts and things over there. But things are changing, and change isn't a bad thing. It's a great thing sometimes, and I am just learning how to embrace it. To do like the blogger, influencer, YouTuber type of thing, and to do it full time and to get paid, like there's certain things you have to be concerned with, algorithms, analytics, posting consistently, creating content that you may not want to create, but because the algorithm picks it up and people are into it, like you just put out that type of content. And I just found myself like not really being interested. Like I loved doing what I was doing and having the relationship with you guys and creating, whatever videos whenever I could create it, but I just wasn't interested, and I'm not interested in like keeping up. Like, does that make sense? That saying, keeping up with the Joneses. Like I just don't really care to keep up with the Joneses or the Johnsons or the Smiths or like anybody. But that's a problem when your job is to keep up with these trends. So I spent a lot of time sort of trying to figure out like how I was going to move forward to this next chapter in my life without feeling like, you know, I was playing this game, essentially, this influencer social media game. So I went back to what I knew, really. At the end of last year, I had the opportunity to go back to set life. Like I said before, I was a wardrobe stylist, and so I was on set working with the clothes, but a couple of producers, just seeing what I did on my blog, on my YouTube channel, asked me to come on set and help them like create looks, like more in the art department world and props, just because, you know, I guess DIY over here, Miss DIY. So I got a couple of those opportunities and I took them, and I realized that I was really happy doing that. I spent a lot of time when you work on set, like they're long 12-hour days, you spend days prepping before, like it's a lot of work, but I didn't have to worry about posting anything on Instagram, or how did that video do, or how many likes, or oh no, people didn't like that, I shouldn't do that anymore. You know, I didn't have to worry about all those things that sort of float around in your head when you're a creative creating for social media. I was just able to do what the project was and, you know, do it to the best of my ability, and as long as the client was happy, then I was happy. So I realized that I needed more of that in my life. So at the beginning of this year, I created my own creative agency and production company. So if you haven't seen me on Instagram or social media or on this channel, that's why. I just had to focus on creating that, getting all of those ducks in a row, and getting that off the ground, because I knew, or I know, that that's my next chapter. Now, I say all of that to say all of that because this video isn't really an announcement about me creating an agency, but more of just sitting down to have a conversation with you guys about what's going on and sort of where I am. And thank you, really. To thank you so much for, I'm not gonna cry. To thank you for being a part of this channel and for being a part of this chapter in my life. It's been really fun. Really fun. If you would have told me when I was in high school or college that I'd move out to LA and then I'd, you know, do some things and, you know, then I'd have a YouTube channel and, you know, get to be on the Today Show because of that, and get to be featured on Martha Stewart because of that, and to get to work and collab with all these cool brands because of that, like I would have, first of all, I would have been like, wait, what are you even talking about? What is YouTube? But I just wouldn't have believed it. I've gotten so many amazing opportunities, and it's been because of this channel and because of you guys and the support. And because of the support and love that you guys have shown me, it's really why. And so thank you. I'm bummed that we won't get to meet on this channel like this, you know, with the DIY tutorials and such anymore, but I am glad that they're still out there and that people still check them out, and hopefully they're still inspiring people to be creative, which is all I ever wanted. I do appreciate the relationships that I have with some of you guys. I mean, I know your screen names when they pop up, and you guys have followed me over to Instagram, and I know your Instagram handles, and you know, I try and communicate and talk to everybody and get back to everybody, so hopefully that can continue. Over on Instagram is probably the best place to find me. I'm not going away. I just will no longer be on this channel creating videos that you're used to seeing. the way I have been. I just won't be doing that anymore. So that's what this video really is, just to tell you guys that, so you're not just like left out in the cold like, what happened to her, you know? I just wanted to let you guys know what happened and to give you an update, and to just say thank you, really, thank you. So, until we see each other again, be well, take care of yourself, always stay open-minded and creating and inspired, and I will see you guys when I see you guys. Yeah. Thank you.